Greetings shipmates and welcome to another episode of Historical Perspectives. Today we shall be taking a look at the HMS Cossack. HMS Cossack was a tribal class destroyer. The ship had large dimensions and powerful artillery armament by destroyer standards. When the ship was commissioned, its total displacement was slightly more than 2,500 tons and the length was 115 metres. 44,000 horsepower plant comprising 3 Admiralty 3-drum boilers and 2 Parsons steam turbines set the destroyer in motion. The maximum speed was 36 knots. Unlike such standard British destroyers as a Castor, Icarus, Gallant, Cossack and her sister ships were initially designed to counteract enemy destroyers. That's why they were developed with artillery armament in mind and not torpedo armament. HMS Cossack had just a single quadruple 533mm torpedo launcher, while her main battery armament consists of 4 twin 120mm guns, capable of firing between 7 to 10 rounds per minute from each gun. The AA armament of the destroyer upon its commissioning was quite adequate for that time, when aviation still wasn't considered dangerous for surface ships. The AA armament was a quadruple 2-pounder 40mm anti-aircraft gun and 2 quadruple 12.7mm anti-aircraft machine guns. The name Cossack, having its origins in the Cossack people, was one traditionally given by the Royal Navy, a custom that began in the mid-19th century. In June of 1938, HMS Cossack was commissioned, 2 years after being laid down at the Walker Naval Yard of Vickers Armstrongs in Newcastle upon Tyne. The destroyer's service commenced in September 1939, and Cossack's mission was to escort Allied convoys sailing to Marseille during those first weeks of the war. It was after a matter of months that she first saw her action on the 16th of February 1940, under the command of Captain Philip Vian. The destroyer approached one of the Norwegian fjords, boarding the German supply ship Altmark and rescuing around 300 British sailors imprisoned aboard. Cossack's mariners greeted the rescued prisoners with the call, "The Navy's here," which would become a motto of the Royal Navy throughout the war. The continuation of HMS Cossack's service was rich with history as well. In 1940, Cossack was a part of the squadron led by battleship Warspite. Her participation in the Second Battle of Narvik helped lead to its successful outcome, with 8 German destroyers and 1 submarine sunk. In May 1941, Cossack, once more under the command of Captain Philip Vian, participated in the legendary Hunt for Bismarck operation. Upon the personal initiative of brave flotilla commander, British destroyers headed by HMS Cossack set off to intercept the German battleship. She wore their crew down with a series of torpedo attacks and eventually reported her location to the main forces of the Royal Navy. Her glorious warpath ended near Gibraltar in 1941. While escorting a convoy to the British Isles, Cossack slipped beneath the waves during a storm, after being heavily damaged by a torpedo launched from a German submarine. And that concludes HMS Cossack. Until we sink again.